What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, we have the airport update of San Diego International Airport for the month of November 2025. Some very interesting stuff to go over here. Bunch of new routes and stuff. I may have covered in the last airport update, but we'll just go over some stuff again. So we'll start off over here with the Alaska and American section. So starting us off down here, we have the American Airbus A321. It's in the Medal of Honor livery. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, sorry. There we go. This guy riding in from Philadelphia, and then we'll be heading over to Miami. American A321 riding in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and we'll be heading over to Charlotte. Then we have this American 737 engine, the Astro delivery, just arrived in earlier today from, Dallas, Chicago, O'Hare, and then we'll be heading over to, Phoenix earlier today. Then right here we have the Alaska 77 MAX 9 Seattle Kraken riding in from Seattle, and we'll be heading off to San Francisco. Alaska 77-900ER Mortal Love arrived in from San Jose, and we'll be heading off to, Everett. Alaska 737-800, he just arrived in from Austin, and then he'll be heading over to, let's go with, Santa Rosa. Alaska 737 MAX 8 honoring the reserve livery arrived in from, Reno, Tahoe, and then he'll be heading over to, Las Vegas. And then we have this Alaska 737 MAX 8, he arrived in from Lahui in Hawaii, and then he'll be heading over to, they have service there. We'll send him over to Honolulu, why not? Then starting us off down here with our, the main part of Terminal 2 at SAN, we have, Delta Connections E175, arrived in from Salt Lake City, and we'll be heading over to LAX. United 737-900ER, he arrived in from Denver, and then he'll be heading over to Chicago O'Hare later. We'll say this guy riding from Denver, and we'll be heading over to Chicago O'Hare later, which is the United 321neo. Well, this 737-900ER, he arrived in from Houston Intercontinental, and we'll be heading over to Newark. Copa 737-800, he's going to be heading over to Panama City. Sorry if there's no GSC, I just don't have enough time to grab it before I record this airport update. Air Canada A220-300, he just arrived in from Toronto in, he arrived from Toronto Pearson, and will be heading over to Vancouver. Delta A321-100, 100 years. This guy arrived from North John F. Kennedy, and will be heading over to Boston later today. Delta 737-900ER arrived from Salt Lake City, and will be heading over to Minneapolis. Delta A321 arrived from Detroit, and then he'll be heading over to Atlanta. United Express E170, COJ550 arrived from San Francisco, and will be heading over to LAX later. British Airways 77-8, I haven't repaired the engine yet. 77-8 arrived in from London Heathrow, and will be heading back out there. British Airways is actually using their 777-200ERs. And I believe the -300 ERs, I'm not sure. I know they definitely send their -200s, but 200 ERs, I'm not sure about the 300s ERs. United 737 MAX 8 arrived in from Washington Dulles earlier today, and then he'll be heading over to San Francisco. And Delta A220-300 arrived in from Salt Lake City earlier today, and will be heading over to Seattle. Just taxiing out for a flight over to let's go with Atlanta. Here we have the Alaska 737-900ER in the Education Change World livery, and he arrived in earlier today from let's go with Boston. Then we have some aircraft here. We have this United 737 MAX 9. These are some flights that are canceled due to the government thing that's going on. You guys probably know. We're just gonna say this guy was supposed to head over to Newark, but this flight's now canceled, and he's parked here, along with American A320neo, who's supposed to head over to Dallas-Fort Worth. Then we have, this is, actually interesting, so I didn't say this in the title, at the beginning, but we have the new Terminal 1, so that is very exciting here. for you guys. But anyway, so I guess we'll just get started off right here with the Southwest 737-700. This arrived in from Albuquerque, and will be heading over to Boise. Southwest 737-700, Illinois 1. This guy arrived in from Milwaukee, and will be heading over to Oakland. Southwest 737-700, Canyon Blue, with splits. This guy arrived in from Tucson, and will be heading over to Reno. Maryland 1 arrived in from Baltimore. It'll be heading over to Colorado Springs. 737-800 in the Canyon Blue with blended winglets. Run El Paso and will be heading over to Chicago Midway. So we do have some other airlines here beside Southwest. We have JetBlue, Frontier, Breeze, and Sun Country. I'm only missing Sun Country. Anyway, here we have a JetBlue A320. It's going around from Boston. We'll be heading over to New York John F. Kennedy. JetBlue uses A321s, but I don't have that, so I'll have to get that. Frontier Airbus A320. He arrived in, oopsie, I think the jet bridge is actually not on right there. There we go. Frontier A320. He arrived from Austin earlier today, and then he'll be heading over to, Denver. Breeze A320-300 arrived from Norfolk and will be heading over to Raleigh, Durham. Now back to some Southwest aircraft. Here we have the 737 MAX 8 arrived from Honolulu, and he'll be heading over to Indianapolis. And then we have Desert Gold Retro 737 MAX 8. Temperature is not correctly, but anyway, we're going to say this guy, he arrived in earlier today from Orlando, and will be heading over to Phoenix. We'll cover this aircraft in a sec, but anyway, here we have Freedom 1, 737-800, arrived from Columbus John Glenn. It will be heading over to Las Vegas. Southwest 737-700 with the mismatched blended winglets arrived from Tampa earlier today, and will be heading over to San Francisco. Then we have the Southwest 737-800 in the, this is whatever you call it, Battleborn 1. This guy arrived in earlier today from St. Louis, and will be heading over to Sacramento. Lone Star 1 arrived in from Kansas City, and will be heading over to, let's go with, Nashville. Southwest 737-700, Louisiana 1. Sorry, I always get those few confused. But anyway, this guy here arrived in earlier today from San Jose, California, and then he'll be heading over to, sorry about that, guys, I'm a little bit congested, but anyway, we'll send him over to, Pittsburgh. And to round things off, we have the Southwest 77-800, arrived in from Denver, and he'll be heading over to, Portland, Oregon. And then, taxiing, we have the Hawaiian 787-9, this guy's just arriving in from Honolulu in Hawaii, and then he'll hand back out there later. Then we have two 737s. We have California 1 and we have Tennessee 1. California 1, he's taxiing out for a flight out to San Antonio, Texas, after arriving from Salt Lake City. And then we have the Tennessee 1. This guy, let's say, sorry about that. We'll say he's come in from Fresno, in California, and then he'll be heading over to, we'll send him out to, Albuquerque. Actually, no, we'll send him out to, there's somebody, well, yeah, we'll just say we'll head out to Albuquerque later. So, yeah, great to have this new terminal open. There are a bunch more gates here, I believe, than the other two, piers of, the terminal. But time to go over some routes and stuff. So, we'll start off with Southwest. So why not? So Southwest, they are beginning flights to these, routes that I'm listing off right now are all year round. So we have Boston, that begins, June 4th next year. We have Kahului, which resumes on March 5th, next year. Puerto Vallarta, which also resumes on March 5th next year. Then we have Santa Rosa. That route begins on April 7th next year, these are all 2026. And Seattle Tacoma also resumes on March 5th, 2026. Then we have some seasonal routes. So we have Bozeman resuming on March 7th, Eugene resuming on November 22nd. Wait, I could have just used that in the airport update. God dang it. Um, you know what? I literally forgot about that. So we'll scratch that. Tennessee one. This guy, he was arriving in from Eugene, and then he'll be heading over to Omaha. So yeah. Anyway, Eugene and Omaha resume on November 22nd, 2025. And then we have Spokane that resumes on March 7th, 2026. So yeah, great to have those running. Then we have Alaska. So we have a few routes ending, some resuming, and some beginning. We have Atlanta that is ending on March 17th. We have Dallas Fort Worth that is resuming on. Wait, no, that's beginning on April 22nd, 2026. We have Honolulu that resumes on December 18th of so that'll be next month's update. We have Oakland that begins on April 22nd, 2025. Raleigh Durham that begins on April 22nd, 2026. Oakland April 22nd that begins on 2026, my bad. Then we have Santa Barbara that resumes on April 22nd, 2026. And we have Tulsa that begins on March 18th, 2026. And then we have a seasonal route, which is Sun Valley, which begins on December 18th, 2025. So yeah, that is it for this airport update. Oops, sorry, guys, that's my computer, which I use for the routes. But anyway, thank you very much all for watching this video. Not a whole lot to say else, but thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.